everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Rymdkapsel. Many of you should know, I'd imagine. I just did a first impressions video on this game rather recently, and I have just loved my time playing this one so much, so I figured, like I think I said at the end of that, why not do like a mini-series on it, you know? Just play through like a single round or something like that. See if I can get all the monoliths researched on New Game Plus, and who knows if I'm still enjoying it. Maybe if I'm still enjoying it or you guys are still enjoying it, maybe even go on a bit farther than that. But you know, we'll just see how things go. I don't expect we'll play too much of this because, you know, I could understand if people would be like, whoa, dude, you've got like way too many space colony simulators going on at a time. Because, this one along with RimWorld might be a little bit too much, but, you know, this game is different enough in its own way. It's incredibly unique. So, I think it should be perfectly fine, but, you know, we'll just see how things flow for this point. So let's, go ahead and get started. Gonna double check all these monoliths. I think that, the way that I've kind of figured it out is that I think the monoliths in New Game are different than the ones from New Game Plus, or at least most of them are. Some of them are still the same, like, this one, to travel quickly across longer distances. But I think, unlike I was saying in the, first impressions video, I think they're always the same in New Game Plus, and they're always the same in New Game. It's just New Game and New Game Plus have different ones between those two, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you know, like, it's already exciting and, fun with all the monoliths that they already have to capture, so I guess don't need everything to be incredibly fresh like that. Let's go ahead and get our extractor built because we need that done as soon as possible. Then we should actually, after that, let's go ahead and start a weapons bay. Let's go ahead and put one right there. That looks like a really nice spot for it, just to make sure our people are safe once the enemies start to attack. And then we'll probably get our gardens built, because I don't want to make the same mistake I made before, where I think it was we didn't get our kitchen built. Like, we started working on the quarters before doing the kitchen, and I made it so we actually completely ran out of food. We have 8 more food, that's what I have to remember. More than enough to build a gardens and a kitchen, so I think we should be perfectly fine. But our little people will just chill about doing their own thing. We should actually probably prioritize that, because I'm never sure when the enemies actually start coming in this game. I don't know if it's based on time or based on you completing a certain amount of actions, like building a couple of buildings before they can actually show up. But, is this the particle field one? Yes, okay. We're gonna work on this monolith first, because we are much more limited in the amount of extractor particle fields that we have compared to New Game rather than New Game Plus. There's a lot less of them here, so I think it's going to be very important. Even though it will slow the process of extracting stuff, I think it's very, very important that we make it so we actually don't ever have to worry about running out of this stuff ever again. So we'll get to that pronto. Do I want to build a reactor next? Yes, we actually probably need to get a reactor done, because I've actually also made the mistake in the past of forgetting to build a reactor, and then I completely ran out of energy, and I'm just like, oh, well, okay, this sucks to be me, because now it's impossible to progress, because actually every single resource in the game requires energy. I forgot about that. We are kind of making the same mistake that we made in the first impressions video, though. I should probably get some corridors built kind of circling around this area, so it actually connects nicely. Like, we could put a corridor right there, and that'll be a good start for that. Make everything look all fancy and pretty as our Thomas Was Alone citizens walk around doing their own thing. Oh shoot, we got some enemies coming. Oh shoot, enemies coming. Something like that. So let's go ahead and actually, let's have this corridor wall going along that way. Try to make it so we'll get to that rather quickly. And, do we need to work on engineering? Yeah, let's actually put one of our dudes into engineering. We could have one constructing while the other dude just, harnesses the power of the sun to produce energy. Doing something like that. Then gardens. We definitely need to get our gardens and then kitchens going. So why don't we put one right there? I think that would actually look pretty darn cool. Having it right. Actually, no. It's actually probably much smarter to put it like right in there, because we're not really gonna be using that space for much else anyway. So I think that'll be a good plan for things. Before too long, we should have those frickin' jerkwad scouts flying in just to taunt me, be like, "Hey, we found you, sucker!" But little will they know, they're the suckers, because I'll shoot them down and make them pay. Who knows, wouldn't it be really funny if, the developer of this game set it up so that if you did not shoot down the scouts, no enemies would attack you? Like if they were just like peaceful explorers or something, but then once we start attacking them, they get really pissed off at us and try to kill us. I think that would be pretty funny. Like, it'd also be a little bit wacky, but I don't know, I think there's some humor to be found in the idea of that. Let's build that right there, because that'll give us a nice spot to get our kitchen built next. Or we could just put the kitchen right there. I think that would be a much better spot for the kitchen. But we gotta put our people in defensive position. I always end up messing that up. That's one of my biggest faults in this game, I suppose. I always forget to put people into defense mode before the enemies start to strike. So let's go ahead and take the lives of those poor little cubes. Didn't really do too much to hurt us. We just decided to slay them because, I don't know, we're monsters? Or something like that. We're at least a little bit cruel because they didn't really do too much. Just kind of flew by. God damn it. We need a square! But we're not gonna get a square for a while. Is there actually any way we could have those connect just with those? Nah, it doesn't appear, so that sucks. We could do it with the next one, I think. So maybe we should just keep on working on our production stuff. Let's go ahead and have another corridor going along that way. But we should prioritize our kitchens so we can keep getting food grown. Make our people nice and fat, like plump chickens or something like that. You go away. I was correct? Yes, I was. Awesome. Now we actually will have a branching off to this first monolith. So I need to think, do we want to get to work on that right away, or get 2 more colonists? I think it would probably be a better idea to start working on our quarters next, get some more colonists going, because we should have enough minerals in this bank left to completely build off to that area, work on getting a second extractor up, and then just kind of feel secure with that. Like, we have 11 more material to extract from that. And I believe that actually doesn't count what's on the board, so that means we'd have 14 in all. So that's actually a pretty good spot for us to be in, I'd have to say. Let's go ahead and have you do engineering, my good sir, because engineering is moving a little bit slowly. That's one thing I actually completely forgot about, I think in the first impressions video. I forgot that you could put people in engineering and increase the speed that these things grow, which is obviously super nice. Oh no, you foolish fool! I don't want you to work on that one. I'd want you to work on one of these ones. But let's actually put him in food services, because I think it's definitely a really good idea for us to get a couple more colonists going before anything else. And then we could put a weapons depot right in there. Yeah, I think that'd be a really cool spot for one of those. So let's set that plan up as well. Then we definitely have enough for the quarters also, which is very good for us. Where would be a good spot for that, though? I don't want to be too far away from the food, so let's actually put one right there. That might be a kind of awkward spot for it, but I think that'll look perfectly nice and fine. That's my goal in this game. Obviously, it's gonna be like frickin' impossible, but I want to build like a base and stuff like that where there's no spots in between, unless it's like a particle field. I'll accept that. But I'd love to have a base where there aren't any gaps in between any of the blocks. I think that would be frickin' awesome. Work on construction, my minions. Mwahaha. Oh, always have to remember. Prioritize those frickin' things before building the quarters, because you need your people to defend themselves against the angry beasts. Let me see. You guys go ahead and go into your defensive spot. I really like the design of the guns. They're kind of weird. They're just like boxes with diamonds in the middle, or squares on their sides. That's what all diamonds should be named. Squares on their sides. Oh, only one ship. This should actually be a piece of cake. Oh, nope, there's the second one. Still should be very, very easy. Really, as long as there's only 2 ships attacking, like, each outpost at a time, from my experience, you pretty much can feel secure in that there's, like, no threat to your people whatsoever. So let's go ahead and move you 2 inside. So you get, or back to work, not really inside. You were just inside. Now you're not, because you guys are stupid or something like that. Don't want to be mean to my colonists, but I can't help it. Just poor citizens. So, okay, the defensive outpost is almost built. We should probably get a second extractor built. So let's actually go ahead and pop one of those right about there. That should be a nice spot for it, I think. And then do we want to keep on working towards the monoliths? I don't think there's too much of a point in doing that. Before too long, we'll actually have our first 4 people, which will be super, super cool. It's kind of cool. I kind of wonder how the repopulation works in this game, because presuming that these cubes are supposed to represent, like, humans, it's kind of weird that you just drag 2 pieces of food to this spot and then that spontaneously makes people. I don't know, maybe they have sex and give birth to a fully grown man or woman who assists with things. Or who knows, maybe this works on like a generation cycle or something like that. I don't know, it would all be weird nonetheless. So, how much of these do we still have? 7 more remaining. That's actually pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and prioritize this one though. Getting that extractor done is very, very important. But actually getting that extractor done is actually probably more important. It's a little bit foolish of me, since this person was just working on that project, and now I kind of took them away from that. But you know, it won't take up too much time or anything like that. I hate it when the extractors go though. They're so pretty with all the little pink kind of pieces of paper just floating all over the place. That is really one of my favorite things about this game, I gotta say. I really like the design. It's all so simple, but so beautiful as well in its own way. Mission extractor complete. Let's see. Go back to this work then. How many quarters take so many resources? It's freaking insane. 6 of these purple things. We have just enough from this. No, we should have 1 left over in total from using up that extractor. So I'm actually very, very happy I continued working on this one. Could have been very, very foolish of me. I wonder if there's any way to set up our people so they'll stop taking minerals from this one, because I would like to fully research this monolith before this one works out, so it can, before this one runs out, so it can still have an endless supply. Or at least that's how I would imagine that would work. Who knows? Once this quarters is built, we'll start prioritizing working towards the monolith. God damn, it takes so much. This is really where a fast forward button would be so nice in this game, I must say. Because you do get into these situations somewhat frequently where you're just like, well, what the hell do? We just sit down and watch, I suppose. You can go into defense, my minions. Mwahahaha. Shouldn't have too much of a problem right here, though. I just expected to be 3 or 4 enemies? 4 of them would actually be pretty damn scary, though. They would be like sending the onslaught on us at that point. Okay, yeah, only 3 enemies. Should be Hakuna Matata for this situation. No worries. Should get through pretty fine, I think. Okay, cool. Everyone's perfectly fine. So let's put someone on food services just so we can make sure we have enough food going constantly. And, we should pretty much get work finished on this construction site before too long, I think. And then the monolith shall be ours to seize, and I'll be the happiest man on planet Earth, or Galaxy Cupiton, or whatever you'd call this. That's something I gotta say, actually. I wonder if, like, we're supposed to be on a planet called Rymdkapsel or something like that, because I don't think that's an actual word if I were to guess, so I kind of have no idea what the name of this game is all about. No! We're about to use up our final mineral surplus, which is very unfortunate. I'm pretty sure that means that now this is just an empty square, and even if we research this monolith, it won't have an endless pool right there since it's already been depleted. I think that means we just have to rely on these 3 from now on, which will be perfectly fine. Just also a little bit saddening, you know? Because I'd love to, continue, gathering resources from that spot in the future, but we can't. Doesn't look like that'll be possible. So let's actually put Timmy Lee Jones back on the food services, because I wish all your people could be multiple colors, because then we could actually name them. But this way, it's if we did want to name them, it'd probably be like nearly impossible to keep track of who's who. Let's see. Looks like we're just about finished. Yeah, that must be 5 of those purple things. I don't think there's any way to tell how much you've put in besides just looking at like the image right there, seeing how much of the bar you've filled up. But sometimes it can be a little bit difficult when the numbers get higher to be able to tell how much has actually been put in there. But yeah, it looks like only 1 more food is needed to complete this task. So that means we could actually put both of our people on foods. Oh, no. We need one of them still to do construction to actually get this thing finished. Why are you... Oh, he's doing a different job! You freaking idiot! This is a case scenario where, similar to what I was saying in the first impressions video, I worded it, sometimes the AI can be a little bit slow, but in all honesty, I would even maybe go as far to say dumb. Sometimes the AI in this game can be a little bit dumb, prioritizing tasks that you really don't want them to do at certain points in time. Let's actually have both of these people do food service so we could get 2 new colonists as soon as possible. But yeah, sometimes the AI can be a little bit dumb. Maybe I'm just too used to RimWorld, where you can much more specifically designate what tasks you want your people to do, but who knows? Maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm just a big poopy face or something like that. So shoot, we got more people coming in. Looks like we're gonna move everyone to defense. That means we're only gonna have 1 person in this defensive outpost, or that one. Basically 1 defensive outpost is only gonna have 1 person in it, which scares me. Especially with 4 enemies, but all 4 of them seem to be heading towards this outpost, which is actually kind of horrifying in its own right as well. No! We lost a civilian! That's so sad. We lost 2 of them! Holy crap! That's frightening. This guy needs to get onto food services right away then. Hopefully, because we lost at least 1 of our original people right there, so I hope that the food services will still be able to get us a full squad instead of just giving us like the 1 extra person. Each quarter houses 2 additional minions, needs 1 food to produce a minion. But I've never been put in this situation where I only have 1 guy left, so will this actually give me 3 minions, or will it only give me 1 more? That's what I'm really worried about in this scenario. Crap. I really wish we got that quarters built a little bit faster, because we might actually be in some serious trouble before too long. No! No, you foolish fool! I need you to carry the food to the quarters. Oh, thank you. Run like the wind, bullseye! As Woody would say. As Woody would say if he sounded like a mutant or something. Okay. Give me the power of new units. Thank you. You're gonna do food services as well, because we desperately need our colony back. That was a big damper on our situation. Okay, good work. Yes, you do that as well. Getting 3 people would make me feel much more confident, even though this next attack should be more sizable than the previous ones we've dealt with, so we actually might be putting ourselves in a spot where we're just gonna be, like, maintaining the number of units that we had before, but also being put in a much bigger threat, because the situation at hand is gonna get much more and more scary, I would imagine. Who knows? Hopefully we'll be able to get through it okay, though. I think we should just be able to get a 4th unit before this attack comes in. So we should be able to manage fine, I think. Yeah. Okay, so since you're idle, you could go ahead and do whatever you want. Mainly building, I would imagine, at this point. And maybe we should actually go towards this monolith? I don't know, this is, outside of the recording, this is only my 2nd time doing New Game Plus. So everyone do construction except for 1 person on food. Actually, we don't really need anyone on food services now. You can go ahead and do construction as well. But yeah, outside of the first impressions video, this is my first time doing New Game Plus, so I'm not entirely too sure what I'm getting myself into with in regards to the difficulty of everything, but we now have our 4 people, so I think we should be able to handle this next onslaught perfectly fine. Who knows, though? If we get like 6 coming in on one side, we might be in some serious trouble. Where you coming at me, foos? Good news is, though, if we survive this and keep all of our people alive, we'll be able to get so much research done. While also expanding our base and all that jazz. Okay, so we have 5 enemies in total, and they're more split up. That makes me feel a lot more confident about the situation. Yeah, we're gonna handle this perfectly fine. Foolish enemies, beware the power of my squad and their mighty might. They're like Mighty Morphing Power Rangers, but Mighty Morphing Cube Rangers. And they're all white instead of each having their own color. We should probably get a 2nd reactor built before too long. We could fit it in right there rather nicely. I definitely would like to get that research done first. So once that's built, we'll go ahead and actually start a 2nd reactor, because I think that would be a smart thing or a smart way to handle things. And then we'll have 3 people handle this research. That means we should get a hell of a lot done before this next attack approaches. Although the next attacks do come at such a rapid rate, which scares me a little bit. How many minerals are in this one right here? 16 left, technically 20 with that 4 added on top. I have faith that we'll be able to finish this research before that runs out. Yeah, it's at 11% right now. We should get that done before. We should get that done in no time, and then we could put another extractor right there as well. So hopefully the process of them extracting minerals being decreased by half won't affect us too much, because we'll have 2 of them going rather than 1. That at least feels like a really smart plan for how to handle things to me. And our base is looking so nice! Except for that little gap right there, that's a little unfortunate. And I'm gonna be forgiving of that one, since that one used to be one of these fields, but just plain isn't anymore. But, you know, we're expanding really, really smoothly, I think. Create a nice little overview map of our base as we travel the galaxy. Let's go ahead and zoom back in. Chilling at about 40%. Okay, I think we're probably gonna be at 60 by the time the next enemy attack force comes, but that's probably something that we'll have to deal with in the next episode, since I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. Like, I've enjoyed playing Rymdkapsel so much, so if I'm enjoying playing it, I would hope that somewhere in the cosmos that would mean that there should be some kind of link that you guys would hopefully enjoy it as well. But even if you're not fully into it, I'm sure this will just be a mini-series. I think we're just going to capture all 4 of those places and then probably move on to something else. But I don't know, if you guys are really into this, we could probably go on much more beyond that. I don't think there's all too much to the game once you've completed those 4 research pieces, besides just essentially building your base and trying to survive the continuing waves of enemies. But if you guys are into that, then by all means, just request it and I'll go ahead and do it. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, a comment, and/or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all next time.